Cards, I wanted to welcome you back to Thomas Worthington. When we come back in hybrid, you're going to notice a couple changes. One, you can see on my face, everyone will be required to wear masks. We're also going to expect that you follow the protocols for health. Make sure that you're not potentially carrying the virus before you come back to Thomas. Things will be different. We're really excited to have you back, but we'll have half as many kids and social distancing requirements in effect. The purpose of this video is twofold. If you're new to Thomas, it'll give you a chance to walk around the school and see what it looks like a little bit. And if you're new coming back to hybrid, which is everybody, it'll give you an idea of what our new rules are going to be during hybrid. So please enjoy the tour and pay attention. We look forward to having you back on the 29th. Go Cards!
Hi, I'm Dr. Carr, one of your assistant principals, and today I want to share with you a little bit of information about when you arrive here at school at the athletic entrance. You're going to exit your bus with your mask on, observing appropriate spacing and distance, enter the building, and head down the hallway towards the T, observing appropriate spacing. And if you're going to get food, you will head into the cafeteria, grab your food, sit at an eating station. When the bell rings at 7:30, you will be allowed to head to your first period class. No one is allowed in our hallway on the second floor until 7:30, which is the time to go to your first period class. So all students, when you arrive, must stay in the long hallway towards the T. You may not go in any of the breakout hallways.
Another change for the 2020-2021 school year is our bell schedule. If you'll notice, starting when we go hybrid, we will have periods 1 through 8. You can see here that during periods 4, 5, and 6, we will have lunches, and the periods will be split by 4A, 4B, 5A, 5B, and 6A, 6B. I'll explain more about this when we get to lunch periods. In order to maintain proper social distancing, some of our hallways have changed to one way. If you'll look at this floor plan of the first floor and the basement, the blue arrows represent two-way hallways. The red arrows represent one-way hallways. If you'll notice on our second floor, all of the hallways are one way. This does have an effect on all of our staircases. Some of our staircases are now one-way staircases, while two in the middle halls are two-way. Please look for the proper signage so that you know which direction to go in the hallway and which direction to go in the stairwell.
Hello, welcome. When you come into your classroom, the first thing you're going to want to do is find the hand sanitizer on the wall. Give yourself a little squirt and put that on your hands and through your fingers. As you notice, the desks are looking a little bit different than what they did when you were here last. We have all the desks in all the classrooms are 6 feet apart, at least 6 feet apart. So all the setup in classrooms might look a little bit different. You're guaranteed to have 6 foot distance between you and the other students. When you come in and you sit down at your desk, your desktop is already going to be clean and sanitized by your teacher. He or she did that before you came in the room. So it's already going to be a clean surface for you. You're going to have your book bag here, you're here, and you're ready to learn. During the period, you're not going to be moving around probably as much as you normally would have in the past. Your teacher will be in charge of that. And then when the period is over and you're ready to leave, your teacher will instruct you to either stand up behind your desk or someplace in the room so the teacher can clean and sanitize the surface, the desk, and the seat for the next student that's coming in. So then again, on your way out, use the hand sanitizer. We have them in every classroom. Give it a little squirt, rub it around, and go to your next class.
Before we talk about the cafeteria, let's look at what your schedule might look like during a lunch period due to all of the new lunch assignments that we have here at Thomas. In an effort to reduce the number of students in the servery or cafeteria, all seniors are assigned to a specific lunch period. Seniors, if you plan to eat on campus, then you will get your food during the assigned lunch period and report to the card center to eat. Otherwise, you are permitted to leave campus and eat during any senior privilege time that you have on your schedule. Some of your schedules might say full lunch / prep S1. Students who requested a full academic prep during their lunch period will purchase their food in the cafeteria and then immediately report to the assigned academic prep location. In an effort to reduce the number of students in the servery and cafeteria, please get your food first and then immediately report to your assigned room. If you look at your schedule, there is a room number. That is where you will eat your lunch and have your academic prep. Another option is the lunch / prep option. Students who requested a lunch and an academic prep will eat lunch in the cafeteria for half of the period and then be assigned to an academic prep during the other half of the class period. Please note that your schedule will tell you which half of the period you will be in the cafeteria and which half you will be in the assigned academic prep. For example, if your schedule says 4A prep, that means you will be in your academic prep during the first part of that period, and then during 4B, the second part of that period, you will be in the cafeteria. If you look at the other schedule, it says 4A lunch. That would mean you would eat lunch first, and then you would report to your academic prep during the second half of that period. Also note the room number. That will tell you where your academic prep location is. Another option is the large space and lunch option. Students who requested a lunch and a large space will eat their lunch in the cafeteria for a half period and be assigned to a large space during the other half of the class period. Please note that your schedule will tell you which half of the period you will be in the cafeteria and which half you will be in your assigned large location. If you look at your schedule and it says 5A large space, that would indicate that you have a large space during the first half of period 5, and you would eat lunch during the second half of period 5. Notice that the room provides you the location at where your large space is. In this case, it says the aux gym. I hope this provides a little bit of detail on what your schedule might look like for our new lunch options this year. If you have questions or concerns, please email your administrator or talk with someone when you report to school.
This is Ms. Greenwald, one of the assistant principals here at Thomas Worthington High School, and I'm going to talk to you about lunch. For those of you who were here before, you will notice that the cafeteria looks pretty different than it has in the past. We have removed our typical cafeteria tables and replaced them with desks, all facing the same direction and separated 6 feet apart. You might also notice that each desk is numbered. This is so we can create a seating chart just in case we need it for contact tracing. When you come into the cafeteria, please find a seat. If you packed your lunch, you may begin to eat right away. If you are buying a lunch, please leave your things at your seat, then head into the serving area. There will be 2 entrances and 2 exits. Choose your entrance, then go in and select your lunch. The floors have been marked to help you maintain social distancing. Once you have your lunch items, you will pay, leave through the marked exit, and return to your seat. You will still have the same amount of time to eat as you did in the past. Then when you've finished your lunch, please remain in your seat until the end of the period. After each lunch period, TWHS staff will sanitize each desk for the next group of students.
Soon, we all are going to be physically back in the school building. With coronavirus precautions in place, we all need to follow new protocols in doing what used to be normal everyday actions. So things like walking to our next class or going to use the restroom have new guidelines for us to follow. Whether it's in between classes or leaving the classroom with a pass to go to the restroom, students will need to follow the allowed direction of the hallway to the nearest restroom and make sure you check the maximum occupancy sign outside of each restroom so that when you enter, we don't have too many people in a small confined space. If the restroom is already maxed out, simply walk back out of the restroom and wait for someone to leave. When in the restroom, remember that we always want to maintain at least a 6-foot distance from others. You will notice that some restroom fixtures may have been taken out of service in order to maintain safe distances. And remember to always wash your hands for at least 20 seconds before you leave the restroom. If you sing Stand Up and Cheer, the Cardinals fight song, that's right about 20 seconds.
Dismissal will occur in 3 phases to align with our waves of buses. Phase 1 will include our early buses, walkers, car riders, and they will dismiss at 3 o'clock p.m. Buses for this phase will be announced by number and will pick up at the west end. Phase 2 will be a specific set of buses called at 3:02 p.m. Those buses will pick up at door 2 in the front loop of the school. At 3:05 p.m., Phase 3 will be announced. Those students will be housed in the aux gym, socially distanced until Phase 1 buses have loaded and driven away.
We hope you enjoyed our tour and starting to learn about some of our procedures in hybrid learning. We look forward to seeing you guys at Thomas Worthington. Thank you for sticking with us to understand how things are going to work when we get back. See you in a week.